Incorporation must be one of the most complex issues that we have to face. Obviously, there's a question of what happens if we incorporate and taxes go up. Where should the boundaries lie? Where does it make sense? Where do people feel that they actually live compared to where government would like us to draw boundaries? There's the question of whether South Cowichan is a meaningful designation. When you ask people where they live, they say, well, I live in Shawnigan, or I live in Mill Bay, or I live in Cobble Hill, or I live in Cowichan Station. They don't say I live in South Cowichan. That's really just a fiction which has been used for administrative purposes. So when we talk incorporation, we're talking about where do people live and where do people believe is a reasonable boundary of their interests. If we incorporated that, what would be the implications for tax cost, for policing, for roads, for infrastructure? Would that mean a vast increase in taxation? Or would it mean, are we going to face that anyway as the regional district develops services, but we don't have the local control over what is necessary? Right now we have a single area director dealing with over 8,000 people and is one of 15 members of a regional board. In the future, we obviously need much more attention, and a village council with a mayor and council and proper representation and local control over our own development seems to be necessary in the long run. But we need to look very carefully at these questions of boundary, of tax costs, of the sense of where people actually live, and to do that very thoroughly before we ever get to a vote on incorporation.